SHODO!
Final conclusion! Rising Hawkbird!
A jump to the sky to gain hatred.
Hey guys, welcome to the 89th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Josh.
Fantastic. That's Malunis, by the way. And yeah, that's the Kachidoki sound, but that's not the biggest thing that happened this week.
I am so excited about what happened tonight.
There's a lot.
Like,
while
yeah,
scrolling through
there's
it,
a
and
lot.
then while also checking in on Twitter to see where you were, both times I just realized, oh right, there was also Gaim news.
Yeah, on top. Yeah. So, there's plenty of stuff to get through, as well as stuff that didn't even come from any of the Bandai blog posts at all. And on top of that, we have some interesting. We had a topic that we did not follow through on last week that we will today. So with that, let's just dive on into the first bit of news. Now, this one comes from, I guess, a magazine that
I believe it was Figuo, or whatever that
something like
called.
that.
Yeah.
But you know what, Josh, you're the biggest fan of Bioman. Why don't you take this?
Oh yes, I'm known for my Bioman fanness.
In terms of this podcast, you're the one that brought up the entire Bioman discussion. This is on you.
You're right, I am. Yeah, I do enjoy it. So we knew from a couple months ago. I believe it was like maybe 2, almost 3 months ago at this point. I don't know, time's whatever now.
Yeah.
But we had got that whenever they did the Shodo Biohunter Silva and his Mini-Plaw and all that stuff, they did the like prototype teaser for Red 1 from Bioman, which that was what confirmed to us that we were going to, of course, get Shodo Bioman figures. And, well, we did. Well, sort of. They're not for order yet. But we got this, like, preview image of the Shodo Bioman figures. And, I mean, it's the whole team. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. So, no surprise there. But this is the first time we got to see them with, like, the full paint detail and maybe even slight sticker detail if we think that is what they're doing with the boots there.
I gotta agree.
I could definitely agree. I would. What are we thinking about the chest? Do you think that like technical pattern would be like printed on,
like,
or
didn't I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up right now, but I do kind of remember at least a molded in techno pattern. But that could just be my faulty memory.
Be right.
I have images that I'll search through right now, but
okay.
I feel like by all accounts those should be sticker, but that might be tampograph printing on the chest.
Yeah, I mean that would be obviously the more preferred option.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is what they got going on. So we can see from here that of course you're gonna get all 5 Biomans. So you have. It's what, red 1, I think it's green 2, yellow, or blue 3, yellow 4, and pink 5.
Red 5 standing by.
And you're gonna get their, they all basically have like the same generic sidearms, basically with like a sword and a gun mode kind of thing. I think it looks like you get like a holstered version of it.
Let me
as well.
Let me interrupt you for a little bit because I did grab that image.
Oh, yeah.
And the CG render does have techno detail, and it's raised instead of cut into the figure, so that might be easier to paint.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. I agree with that. I can see that. It's really hard because like I'm zooming in on like the new picture right now, but it's so blurry.
Yeah,
it's
the
really hard to
blurriest
tell.
image. Yeah, compressed by Twitter.
Right. Well, yeah, that doesn't help. But we do have, back when we had our Bioman discussion, we discussed how they don't have personal weapons. They just kind of have the same sidearms, except for Yellow 4, who has some bow and arrow weapon. If it has a name, I don't remember it off the top of my head. But so she will have that, which is cool. So because you could get that in, and I think you get an arrow piece with it, unless it's just some weird line or something on the page. But one piece of information here is that it's really hard to tell, but it is slated for July.
Oh wow, okay, that's a bit away.
Because if you zoom in on Shodo Super, there's a 7 underneath there.
Oh wow. Oh,
for its release date.
It also has a price.
Yes. So what, 7,500? I think.
Yeah.
Is what that says.
Yeah.
So
I need to.
About $75-$80, which I feel is about right.
And I have a feeling it'll end up being like 105 or something once it comes to token collectibles.
Yeah, 105, 110,
something like
somewhere in that range.
But once again, you're left with $20 a figure, and that's, I mean,
right.
You're basically downscaling, say, a Lightning Collection figure, but you're actually getting the durable ABS and PVC plastic. On top of that, you're getting all of these accessories. Minimal stickering. We can hop back on the topic right now about what we think the sticker details are. Because I assume if the weapons don't have too much detail, they might get maybe that like little shield part of the bow, that might be a sticker, but the rest of it
I personally think that all the weapons are just going to be painted. I think they're simple enough for that to work.
I hope so. But the thing that got us was the foil around what looks to be maybe the belt, but definitely the cuffs around the arms and legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure the belt has it too. You can kind of see it on the best on Pink because she's kind of posed from the side.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like and I said this on the streets. I walked out of my door and started yelling that I think that I could see the blog saying, "Hey guys, so to do Bioman justice, we really wanted to get those silver details around the cuffs, but we couldn't do that with standard paint, and it would be way out of our price range to do something like vacuum finish chrome or something like that, so we ended up using foil stickers, and they were the perfect solution." That sounds like a blog thing to say.
Oh yeah.
And then a police officer walks up to you and says, "Sir, you're blocking pedestrian traffic."
Yeah. It was unfortunate.
Happens.
That was my first arrest. I do have a court date coming up soon. So if you can help out, definitely listen to us on a podcast instead of on YouTube, because then we actually make a couple cents. I'm kidding.
Exactly.
I'm not in legal trouble
exactly.
yet.
I'm not personally,
yet.
I'm not personally invested in Bioman, but I think it's cool to see this get figures because a piece of Power Rangers history. As I recall, this was like a thing that they were considering before they landed on Zyuranger.
Yes. Yeah, that is right.
I remember maybe 5 copies of a folder.
Oh, the folder?
Yeah. That went out with the Bioman suits and the names of I think it was Kimberly and Billy, and then the rest of the names were all mixed up or something.
Yeah, something like that, because I think it was from the the pitch meetings or something. The proof of concept or whatever.
Yeah. It's interesting that was the one they were considering, because there was also a robot on that one. So it kind of makes me look at Alpha 5 like, were you created for this reason?
I think that wasn't that robot on that folder?
Yeah, I do remember
might
that.
Have been.
I feel like I've seen a clip of something relating to the idea of being adapted into Power Rangers, and I saw the robot there.
Yeah, there's on the Shout Factory DVDs. I forget exactly which one, but it's one of the Mighty Morphin ones. The teaser trailer, I guess, for the Bioman pitch was it's an Easter egg on one of the menus. It's one of those it's like one of those interactive menus. If you like move the cursor to a certain part of the menu or whatever, you can click on it and it will play the Bioman trailer.
That's cool.
Just for a fun little thing. Like I said, I forget what DVD it's on. I'd have to find it again. But I remember that being a thing.
Wow. Anyway,
I think that was back when it was called Galaxy Rangers. I think before they decided on Power Rangers.
Oh wow.
So.
Yeah. Anyway.
But also, just the last thing on the Bioman is that it can also be a piece of Power Ranger history because it was used in Super Mega Force.
All right.
Oh yeah. Was that one of the powers where they got the prisms around their hands or something?
No, that's Flashman.
Oh, okay. All right. Either way, I'm very excited. I know nothing about Bioman, but these suits are pretty, and I will throw maybe $100, $105, $110 at this.
Yeah, they're probably one of my favorite '80s Sentai suits.
Yeah,
Very.
In terms of colors, this is my favorite Sentai color layout. I am not a fan of swapping out black for green, and I am not a fan of the bluish green. I really like the vibrant, more yellowy green.
Ah.
So this is good for me. I like it. This is right up my alley.
So,
and I assume it's just going to come with the standard loadout of 1 billion hands that you're going to have to keep track of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you were describing it as, think of it like a downscaled Lightning Collection, I was going to add, but with more than 2 pairs of hands, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we did not get to talk about this on the streets at all. And I feel like this is an interesting discussion to have. And we're gonna tangent really hard right now. But there was an interview done by Spectre Creative on YouTube where he talked to, he's a former Matty Collector employee, and he talked to a former Hasbro employee about the idea of, I think the term was perceived value, and how early on, the G.I. Joe line, the Cobra Island one, there was one plan, a 6-inch line planned well in advance, way before that was going to happen, that got canned because, the collector line was supposed to coincide with the movie line for Snake Eyes, and look very different. And when they were producing them, it seemed like, oh yeah, we'd have the budget to give you the figure and a whole bunch of accessories for the standard $20 price point. But they were doing Black Series and Marvel Legends at the time, and with those are licensed products, so they have to pay a licensing fee. That's why they can't have too many items. So the G.I. Joe line, even the newer G.I. Joe line, has to suffer because due to the perceived value of those figures as compared to the G.I. Joe figures, if you released the G.I. Joe figures with all of those accessories and stuff, people would be like, well, why doesn't the Black Series have it? Why doesn't Marvel Legends have it? It's because those are licensed products and they have to pay that extra fee. But, if Hasbro owns G.I. Joe, then they don't have to pay that extra licensing fee and give you more stuff. Unfortunately, because the big guys don't have a lot of accessories, that's why they have to scale it back for the properties they actually own, and you're getting less for your money. And
it's also,
they were talking about...
It's also interesting that they were having that discussion, because I definitely remember the things that you and I talked about early on was... how people were like, why does the Star Wars figures not look as good as the Power Rangers figures? And that was the reason.
I mean, yeah, basically. And on top of that, it's like, as much as what we talk about for G.I. Joe, it definitely extends to Power Rangers now. And I thought that, oh, hey, they have the license now. The standard 6-inch figures that they do, not the Lightning Collection ones, just the kid-oriented ones, those have a lot more articulation than your standard $10 6-inch Marvel figure. And I thought, okay, so this means that since they own the brand, they can put more into the sculpt itself and give it more articulation. But, like, when you push it to a collector line where people are actually paying attention, then you start to notice a big difference. So, I don't know, maybe the kid-oriented line is slightly safer, but you have that,
Probably.
you know, yeah, there is that complication with your collector-oriented figures, and that's just how it sucks, and I'm sure it negatively affects the Lightning Collection, considering weren't there a few accessories we thought were gonna happen and then just didn't?
Yeah, because back in Wave 4 with Zeo Blue, when they revealed him, they didn't have like a prototype ready to go, so they just showed one of those deco specs like they did at PulseCon.
Mm-hmm.
And the deco spec had the Tonfa weapons that Zeo Blue has.
Yeah.
And then when the figure actually came out, they were missing. And they were taken out of his product description because they were even in the description for him, but with no explanation. They never stated what happened to them, or just whatever happened. And then later on, Zeo Red got him.
What was that?
I was going to ask.
And then later on, Zeo Red and Green got their weapons.
Zeo Red and Green got what?
They got their individual weapons.
Okay.
Okay. That answers my question.
But yeah, but for whatever reason, Blue never did, and we still don't have them. So,
Shapeways.
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah, people have made them.
Yeah,
and they look pretty good. But it's just one of those weird inconsistencies where all the other Zeo Rangers have their individual weapons, and he just doesn't. There's really no reason.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I recognize that this was like a huge tangent, but when it sucks because, it seems like the Lightning Collection has a lot of good intention behind it, but it gets like really marred by sort of higher ups meddling in with stuff. And
oh yeah, I mean it's a line that's so, I mean, you know how much I love it.
Yeah.
It's a line that's really, really close to being basically as perfect as it can be, and then it just like stumbles somehow. It just falls right at the finish line, and I don't know why.
And to me, it feels like the biggest difference between Hasbro and Bandai is that either the creatives are allowed more say, or they're able to fight harder for the things that we want. We got it last week. The physical manifestation of them, very much caring about the fans is the Recadizanto. That, by all accounts, should not exist.
Yes.
By all accounts.
And something very exciting from tonight that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Now recording. So
Craig, get out of here.
We're not supposed to make mention of Craig. Yeah. Okay.
Don't explain it.
This isn't getting cut out.
Craig?
This isn't getting cut out. By the way, Craig, you're fired. Anyway, let's shall we hop back over to the not the comments, the topic.
The topic.
Yeah, of last week.
Craig was tired of our tangent. It was time to go back on track.
Yeah, no. So let's hop on over into our Discord and see what you guys are thinking, because I posed the question right around the time, we got a little bit more information for Yudo and that it exists, and there was a bit more of a wave layout. I asked you how you think Yudo is going to be different this year. And let's see, not a lot of people responded, but, I figure while we're here. Peacemaker2448 says, They will finish a series, but not Zenkaiger, maybe. I'm not quite sure what that means. Are you trying to say that they'll go back and finish a series, or they'll finish a series but well after we finish up Zenkaiger? I keep saying Zenkaiger. God.
Oh, I know, right?
Stop having the same name.
Yeah.
I think the way that I was interpreting that was, what if this is a whole line of past Red Rangers and oops, we're not going to do even half of them.
Yeah, I could see them weirdly finishing something and then never finishing up Zenkaiger. Like, there'll be an extra thing.
If they did something like that, like, if they did, like you just mentioned the Red Ranger thing or something, it would be kind of neat if they just maybe did, like, the previous anniversary Reds or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. I
feel like that'd be neat.
Yeah. Look, you have the Recadizanto mold. I don't want to keep leaning into this. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but like,
I mean, they took they make the hidden disc removable just in case.
Just in case what? It doesn't even work correctly. There's no variant of the, oh god, I'm gonna say the American name and someone's gonna get upset. The spin sword. No variant of that is going to be able to accept that hidden disc.
If you want to correct it, it's the Shinkenmaru.
Oh yeah.
But what if it's removable so that you can have an alternate hand of Shinken Red holding that disc?
Then there'll be a big hole still.
Just in case.
Okay. Oh, okay. Here's something that will never happen. But what if Shodo included the one with the hidden disc on, and then Yudo included the one without the hidden disc? So you get the variant. Anyway, Blade Raider says, having seen the Decade reveal tonight, I'm now predicting Yudo Shinken Red with Final Form Ride Blade. Weirder things have happened, but only in Shodo. So
wow,
I don't.
That would be that'd be insane,
dude. Okay, imagine the eventual. I don't even know if this is like a real thing. No. The future where we have Shodo Chronicle Decade and we're starting to finish that stuff up, and then they're like, you know who else appeared in Decade? All of the Shinkengers. So we're doing Shodo Shinkenger.
They do a superhero Tyson themed set, so it's a Yudo versus Shodo set.
Yeah, and then the Yudo set will come with way less figures than the Shodo set.
And this is our chance to have Narutaki in that gold suit of armor.
Oh yeah,
and he has a swappable hand that has the puppet.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it. Yeah,
Thank
definitely. You. Okay. Also, lastly, Onyx Strike says, "God, I cannot wait to see how they pack in all the Final Form rides. Not sort of done already by Shodo Chronicle, technically, or shodo-x. Oh, that has nothing to do with it.
They're following up on what Blade Runner was joking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, alright. I don't know. Where do you guys see Yudo landing this year? Because, like, obviously, the next wave is gonna have, whatever their 6th Ranger is gonna be. And I could definitely see... I
feel like it's interesting because I know that there's a couple of rumors that Zenkaiger might get more than just one 6th Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested in what that will mean.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Numerically, however, that is a very strange thing to say.
Yeah, you're right.
You are using the 6th Ranger as a proper noun, but my regular person brain is saying, wait, hold on, math though.
See, here's the problem.
This is
Toku has destroyed my mind.
Yeah.
This is Ranger number 6A, number 6B.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But
it's the same thing where like Toku's messed with my mind so much that, you know, I look at Abre Killer being the 5th member of the team, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's the 6th Ranger. And then I look at Ho-Ho Soldier as the 12th Q Ranger, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's the 6th. That's, you know.
Yeah.
But it makes sense to me. But you're right;
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense if you don't.
And you
know
can't even
that's
use the term extra ranger because that has no meaning anymore. It's like,
well, yeah, and also that's always for people beyond 6.
Yeah. So
Beyond 6.
or sometimes before 6. like with Deca Ranger, where Deca Master came before Deca Break, but he's considered an extra, not the 6th.
Oh, you're right. He did.
Numbers.
Toku logic makes no sense, but then it makes sense to us, but it really doesn't make any sense.
Is Abare Black an extra ranger? He's not.
Gokaiger considered him just a member of the main team.
That's true. That's fair. But I mean, to Power Rangers, is he more of an extra ranger?
I mean, it's Jason David
Right,
Frank, and
because
he's always
he's-
extra.
Yeah.
Well,
Eating
to
extra
be honest,
toilet cookies.
It's another confusing thing with like Geki Ranger, because Geki Ranger only had 5 like main rangers, and you would think that Geki Chopper, the White Ranger, would have been considered like the quote unquote 6th of the team, just like Abare Killer was for Abba Ranger. But Gokaiger didn't even give Geki Ranger a 6th Ranger. They just said, no, he's just part of the main team.
Hey, anyway, let's talk about something else, huh?
Yeah.
So, I want to know what you guys are thinking about Yudo this year, because from what I'm seeing, and what I'm thinking would be an interesting idea, is, for Yudo, do you remember those Super Megaforce big packs with, like, the roided out figures? And the Super Megaforce Red had a bunch of accessories that weren't his.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
I feel like either one, you make an accessory set with a bunch of accessories that aren't the main Zenkaigers, or you make
mean like
individual
include like the wings and the ribbons
yeah,
and stuff that they're
the
going to
wings,
use?
the ribbons, yeah.
That'd be
Or you could do as we were saying, the Duo Eagles, you do all of those guys and just put those accessories in with them. And that's how you get like the little extra upgrade pieces for Zenkaiser.
As long as one of these Yudo things has their little bird friend.
Yeah, I will take the little bird friend. Little bird friend is nice.
I forget his name. Well, I never learned his name, so I didn't forget
Same.
it. But
yeah,
yeah,
I can't.
I'll learn it when the show starts.
Yeah,
I only know that there's like an evil bird too named Gege.
yeah, that was today.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
learned that today, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys thinking about this line? Where are you landing in terms of what's happening that's new?
I mean, I never have any faith in Yudo finishing anything,
Same.
so...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what I would like to see is that they just go, we did all the Zenkaisers, so let's do the civilian versions too in this next wave. But realistically, now that you've said, now that one of these predictions was like something unfinished, now I'm thinking, we're gonna do Juron's civilian form. Oops, Yudo is over.
Yeah, that's the thing. If there's anything to predict about Yudo, it's that it won't finish a damn thing.
You know, like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not super excited about Dino Fury this year.
Yeah.
However, I am excited I will finally be able to get, hopefully, a figure of Max Russo Red, since Yudo, for whatever reason, never did it.
I agree.
And I love that suit.
I don't know, man. I like Yudo's such an enigma, just because like
It really is.
it's not it's not like groundbreaking in terms of its surprises. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, like
I'll take Garza. That's not
we've never
bad.
had.
But
Yeah, I will say that Garza is probably like the closest Yudo's had to like, last week's Decade Complete reveal or tonight's what we're going to talk about reveal of just these like, what, they're doing that?
It's the closest thing, but like it is very
but it's
far
still
away.
not that exciting.
Yeah.
I would say it deserves some credit for like consistent. I don't know if consistent is the right word, but just constantly making the grunts, because I don't think any Sentai figure line has done that.
I
agree
would
with
say the the smaller Sofubis get there.
I mean, if
Most
you're
of the
into the
time.
I don't know if
vinyls.
they've always done it, but
Huh?
I was gonna say, yeah, if you're
Have
into
they always done
vinyls,
it?
to me they're almost like statues, so I don't even count them as figures.
that's
Fair. I don't know. They're pretty bendy. They're as articulate as you can bend them. So like, yeah, I don't know. So trying to predict Yudo is, it feels like every time you do, you're getting your hopes up for nothing, because they're never gonna follow through on anything that you'd want them to do.
Yeah.
You can't like apply any sort of standard SHODO logic of, oh, they're going to be doing something unpredictably exciting. No, they're going to be doing something unpredictably okay or not so great.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna go the way that every Yudo line does, with even when I'm on the podcast here, where it's like,
Away?
oh right, Yudo exists. I forgot.
Yeah. They have an opportunity here to change my mind, or
Yeah.
they could just be, if they did at all want to try the recreating Legacy Rangers idea, they could be like, all right, so for the second wave, we have the red from Ryu Soldier, we have the reds from Loop Hat, and we have the red from Q Ranger, and we've done nothing to change them. Here you go.
Dang, that'd be awful.
Yeah. It's Yudo.
Yeah.
Low bar.
I don't know. I don't want
Low
to shit
bar.
on it too hard, because like I feel like they're some of the best in the figure game in terms of Rangers right now. In terms of like what you're getting for the price.
I was about to say there's not much competition in terms of Sentai figures right now.
I agree. I mean the
right
new
now,
DX guys
right-
maybe, but
I was about to say their competition right now is using their model.
yeah,
It's true.
pretty much. But like comparing it to mainline Power Rangers stuff right now, there's more articulation. It costs less money. You don't get as many figures, but they're nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When Yudo makes a bad guy, they can actually move their legs.
That's true. If they make a bad guy,
Yeah. I mean,
there's some upsides, there's some downsides.
Power Rangers is good about making more than one monster.
Yeah, I'd say they've got a handful. They've also got a consistent scale. Like it sucks that they switched from 5-inch to 6-inch, but Yudo is like, well, 4.5 ish, maybe a little less.
I just
we
wish
do what
that
we
Yudo
want.
was in scale with SHODO.
Right? It's so maddening that it isn't. I don't understand the
because
impetus.
it's so close too. It's like just I don't get it.
It's so like it is in scale with some of the older Sentai figures we've had before. Like I did a size comparison with the first Dinosaurs, Diago Man. He was the red dude? Kyoryuger? Yeah. I did that sucks because that's one of my favorite shows.
I was about to say,
man,
you're
I
trying to
love
guess,
Corey's queries.
I was about to say, it sounded like you were going for a dinosaur one. There's only so many to pick from.
That's true, yeah. For some reason, there's always a Z that appears in my head whenever I think...
Juden.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Juden Sentai Kyoryuger. Anyway,
that makes sense.
I did a size comparison with the old candy toy. And they're exactly the same height, and they have roughly been that height for a long time, I guess. But, like, why would you want to retain that consistency? I said there was the first version of Kyoryu Red, but there was also a second version of Kyoryu Red that also had a Kyoryu Gold within that same line. They sized it down, and they were like the exact same size as the Wizard figures that were going on with the candy toy stuff. So, like, give me some synergy, guys. Just a little bit, please. I don't understand why it's so hard. Anyway. Oh, you know what? What if this is going to be my bold Yudo prediction? It's not going to happen, I assure you. But
okay,
DX is using the old Yudo mold because Yudo is done with the old Yudo mold. They are going to the right scale. That's my prediction. It's already sort of wrong because when I tried to figure out what the height of that Juron was, it was about 12 centimeters already. But let me dream. Let me hope.
Introducing shodo-x 2? Shodo-x?
I don't know what it would be. I don't know what... Because they've already gone X. They could do Yudo Shin or Shin Yudo or something like that. Hey,
Yudo, but one of the kanji is different.
Yeah, probably. Probably that one.
39 minutes.
Yeah, I realized that. Let's get on to the big blog because it is a pretty big one.
The big blog.
Yeah,
it's the one we predicted.
I will let the two of you have this one. Go for it.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Anybody want to talk about?
Well, I'll let Malunis take the first figure because I want the second figure.
Ooh.
Greedy.
Cool. I don't have any of the notes on what happened with this reveal. Corey.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll be taking it then. We've got Arch Scorpion. He's here. He looks good.
It's one of the only things we
good.
predicted for this wave.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, I mean,
that's true.
It was like it was bound to happen here soon at some point. I mean, we kept like it was funny because we'd always talked about how many 01 figures we had left, which this blog continues to prove us wrong on how many we think we have left. But
it keeps adding to the list weirdly.
It really does. I just think it's really funny that like so many random 01 forms have happened since the show has ended that the list just keeps going up, and whenever they finally check off something that was on our original list, it feels like, oh okay.
There's like 5 or 10 more after it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arc Scorpion, he has the, I guess, shattered eye detail that most of them do. He's got a brand new molded driver, so that's really cool. Let's see, he comes with the attach arrow, and this one's different. This is the loaded version. This one has a progress key loaded in. We have never gotten this variant before. They have completed the... No, they have not. There's not a closed version.
Wait, what?
There's not a closed version.
Oh yeah, they never
Oh.
made the other briefcases, did they?
Well,
Yeah.
I gave up on the briefcases.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
I forgot about
I'm
that.
just saying, like,
I also
they made the progress key loaded versions of all 3 weapons, is what I'm saying.
that's
They
true.
did, they
Yes,
did.
they absolutely did. So
I hadn't realized.
So
we
the
didn't
mentality-
have that yet for this.
yeah. So the mentality behind that is basically this is another situation where like no one told them ahead of time what weapons he'd be coming with, or like if he'd have any in the show. They left him high and dry. And instead of being like, all right, let's just put in the standard punchy fists, they decided, okay, we don't know if he's going to use this. And it turns out he did not actually load the progress key into the attached arrow while he was in this form. So this is technically inaccurate, but they did want to make good on the promise of it is the culture of SHODO that covers such small differences in specifications regardless of whether it is used or not in the play or in the show. It's a tradition, so please give it to other characters and play with it. They
I
were
feel
dedicated.
like I want to like.
Huh?
I want to like engrave that sentence on a plaque and just be like, "This is what I love SHODO for."
That'd be
Yeah,
such.
that's it.
Make sure it's Google translated and it has the jank. You've gotta have the jank.
No,
in
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I need it jank included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the mentality behind that weapon. Not accurate to anything that he did, but they said we're doing it because we need it. Like that. That is
I
what
just
we're
want
here
to
to
think
do.
about how like
I do like that they like explained it in such a nice way. The way I was taking it was, well, I don't know what weapon he comes with. I guess I'm going down my wish list.
Yeah, exactly. I just like
Briefcases,
sitting here
I'll get
thinking
you
of the
adventure.
idea of like they didn't know what weapon he would use, and then when they watched the show and saw that there was just all those weapons stuck on the ground that just kept, using, that they were probably like, oh, good. Anything would have worked.
I gotta say, it's really weird that they wore briefcases at any point at all. What was the point of them being briefcases?
Businessmen.
So that Izu could stand there and hold the briefcase.
The one time
So-
I recognize
one
the
time.
businessman thing, because that was a thing going around way early on as like one of the rumors.
Well,
But like that was
yeah. I
I
fully
feel like it made
dropped.
sense. I feel like it made sense for a 0-1 sword, but for the shotgun and the arrow, I don't really feel like they needed to keep going with it.
I disagree about the sword. I very much disagree about the sword.
But he's a
You did not
CEO.
need that to do that.
Yeah, he's the CEO. A CEO, you know, all CEOs have a secret sword in their briefcase.
Oh,
this
yeah,
works.
okay. I did forget
never
about
been
the
to Japan,
secret
have you?
suitcase pact. I have not. I'm uncultured. Excuse me for not knowing about the sword briefcase
It also-
mentality there. The culture
more
in
importantly-
Japan.
More importantly, the briefcase led to that very wonderful scene of him getting smacked in the face with a briefcase, which became the photo for our Discord.
That's true.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
The briefcase swords are really popular in Japan, but the briefcase shotguns are really popular in America. So I get why you
Once again, they didn't need the briefcase portion. I don't think the briefcase portion enters into their mind at all.
And terrorists use bow and arrows. We know. Yes.
Yeah, well, common occurrence all the time. You,
know,
see a man with a
I-
bow and arrow, you're like, man, I gotta call somebody.
You know what occurs to me? I should probably just say now. I didn't think I'd have to say this on this podcast. No politics in the comments, please.
But hey, one of the last few things that I want to touch on are the stickers for Arch Scorpion. There are two things that they really dialed in on. The first is the straps around his arms and all like inside the crevices of his chest design. If you notice, I
like how they were just pointing out how he's exactly just basically a repaint of Ichigata.
So, taking a look at Ichigata, you'll notice that the straps on Arch Scorpion have lines on them, and Ichigata, those are just plain, stickers, plain foil stickers. That was not the intention going into it. When they started printing the Ichigata ones, they were trying to get those lines in there, but when they did actually print them, it didn't work out. The lines were too small, and they didn't show up. So for this time, they were like, all right, we can change this, we can make this different, and they tried to up the thickness of each of the lines. They tried patterns with 2 lines, all between 2 and 5 lines in between, to dial in what we actually got here. And it was brute force, trial and error that got us to this point, and they managed to get those lines in. And it's one of the more subtle things that, if they didn't point it out, we wouldn't be talking about it. And it's just another bit of production. It's a small thing that they really wanted to get right? And that's what SHODO is all about. It isn't just giving us the things that we want. It's giving us the things that we didn't know we wanted or didn't know were necessary, but like it's still more accurate now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's that dedication, that minute dedication. And also the last thing about his stickers, you notice he has those like red lightning looking patterns on his chest. A lot of so this is something he notes that maybe the painters of the community will understand, but like when they paint things, when they have details for things, they like it when they're actually molded in. But for a lot of the repaints, like Hell Rising Hopper, this version of Arc Scorpion, Arc 01, I think. Sorry to jump the gun on that. But either way, there are a lot of details that are like painted on top of it, on the actual suit, that don't have any molded detail, that SHODO just has to recreate, and paint isn't gonna cut it because they don't have those channels or anything to get the paint into. So that's where stickers come in, and that's where they think stickers find their strength, that the detail like that. Anyway, that is it for Arc Scorpion.
So we have another arc.
Before we get there, because I am really excited about it, the last thing I want to say on Arc Scorpion is, so the picture above the one that you just spent all the time talking about with the chests.
Yeah.
So it's him fighting what, in the context of the episode, would be realizing Hopper.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're.
Oh.
Is there anything about this? Is there anything about this that we should know?
The figure, the obviously the focus of the picture is Arc Scorpion, so they're kind of the 01 figure's not in the frame all that much, but you can't see anything of like the belt details or if they added anything to the suit, if it's even a different figure at all.
So what you're saying is there is a figure there that is standing in as Realizing Hopper. Whether or not they have created a new Realizing Hopper figure for this occasion, and are just seeding it in here as an Easter egg, or if they just put the standard 01 figure in there, we don't know. But you are thinking,
right,
this could potentially be brought back to. Like, we could come back to this later.
Transforming
it would not be the most craziest thing.
It wouldn't be the craziest thing. It wouldn't. Like, that would be a trolling thing that they would do. So very good eye on that.
Yeah,
I saw it sitting there. I didn't notice it at first, but then when, since it was right above the picture you just were talking about it, I caught it. I'm like, wait a minute.
There it is. It might.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, since you brought it up, I did notice when I was going through this, just while we were talking, I was thinking to myself, they didn't mention anything about a sticker for realizing Hopper's stance, so,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because they purposely made it to where all the other pictures of Arc Scorpion is him fighting Arc 1 and not realizing Hopper. Which is accurate, that happened too.
Yeah.
But they, specifically make sure to not show realizing Hopper or anything referencing that until that final picture.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
So yeah, that is that.
All right.
But the next figure is one of those moments where I'm scrolling through the SHODO blog and I just kind of have to freeze for a second because I can't believe what I'm looking at.
It's Diago Speedy!
That's right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
No,
Diago.
good.
Oh, excuse me. I put the.
I was about to say, that's what made it even funnier is that you said Diago.
Diago Speedy. So if any of you remember from all the random conversations that I go on here, I really like stage show riders, or really just any like underrepresented random forms or riders that never get any merchandise. And stage show forms and riders fall right into that. You sometimes, especially more recently, they release like the gimmick items from stage shows and stuff. They'll like bundle them with like the DVD or whatever. But yeah, Boot of Soul will cover them. But we've never ever really had a figure of anything from a stage show in an official capacity.
Until now.
Obviously, you could make customs and stuff until now. So the 01 final stage show had I don't know if she was the main villain of it. I assume she probably was. But they had Arc 01, which was Azu as a rider.
Yeah.
And the key for this form is what's being sold with the DVD of it, so they are getting a toy that way. But they're actually making a figure of this stage show form. And I can't believe it.
A jump
This
to the
is pretty
sky
wild.
to gain hatred.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
It says a jump to the sky to gain hat red. This is to get my red hat. Actually, no. I do not want a red hat. Specifically, not a red cap. But
Yes,
this is
yes,
a great
please
figure.
no. It's fantastic. I mean, it's one of those perfect things because stage show forms are always like, I mean, you get the classic like last minute repaints in the show.
Yeah.
But when that happens, they sometimes will add something new to it or something like that. But for the most part with stage shows, it really is just kind of, we painted this real quick to put it up on the stage.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is. There's no actual molding differences between the two suits for Arc 1 and Arc 01, except for they just paint a bunch of red on here.
Yeah.
They do it in a clever enough way
But-
because I was about to say, isn't it like the regular 01 body? But no.
Yeah, it's our Arc 1, just painted red.
Nice.
So it's definitely an easy thing for them to have made. So I mean, I get it from that sense. Like it's not surprising me that they were able to make it. It's just surprising that they bothered to make it.
Yeah.
Because I guess technically, if they wanted to make it more accurate, I guess it should technically have a female body mold to it. But
Well,
I mean,
when it
this is
transformed,
fine.
when Ozzy transformed during the stage show, I'm pretty sure it went into like a male body because like this is supposed to be the Arc, and I guess the Arc is a dude. That
yeah,
might
you
be the
right,
mentality. I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
There is.
I mean,
there's something about this that I do want to discuss, and it requires a bit of a spoiler warning. More of a question that I have. So
I know where you're going with this. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I have this question, and I want to.
Oh, by the way, even though it's pointless at this point, but the blog did it for you too. Spoilers for the final stage show for the 01.
Oh.
Because
Wait, what?
Spoilers for the stage show.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm asking.
No, I know I know where you're going. I just made me think of it's too late at this point, but basically, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
everyone barely is able to watch this anyway.
Corey, I'm gonna guess
yeah.
the spoiler you're talking about is the one in which the actress has commented on in several interviews at this point.
Oh, I don't know. I've decidedly not looked at a lot of stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I know where you're going with this, so go ahead.
Slight spoiler warning for a pretty big spoiler warning for the movie. What movie is it? It's the one with the helicopter in the poster.
It's what was supposed to be the summer movie. It's the one that just came out.
Yeah. Yeah, so get out.
Yeah.
Go away. If you don't want to know this information. But so like Izu turns into 02, right?
That was the thing that I was
Yes.
implying.
Okay.
Yep, same here. That's what
Okay.
I knew you were going with that.
So if we are under the impression that once Azu transforms and this is what, this is the body type that they would use for that transformation, would it be a safe assumption that if they were, if they were to acknowledge an Azu version of 02, would it just be the one that we got before? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures of Azu as
I have.
02.
You could definitely tell there's a difference, but
yeah. I think it's mainly in the posture, just
yeah.
recreating Izu's poses.
But in terms of how SHODO is choosing to represent that form,
see,
would you
it's
say
tricky
there would
'cause,
technically be a difference?
I would say that they would just be like, hey, if you want to just pose it like Izu and pretend it is, go with that. Like, because I don't see them making like a whole new figure.
I don't.
But
And
I feel like, not that it was never on the table for them to do it, but while I love that we're getting Arc 01, I love that we're getting all the Decade stuff and everything, but we're still pretty reasonably behind on Saber.
Yeah.
As well as still all these months later, still behind on 01 as well.
Since we talked about that spoiler, I do have another much less interesting spoiler for that 01 movie.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, I know you're going with
Kamen Rider Lucifer, a form change for Eden, which basically can be done by just like re-releasing that mold with different stickers.
Oh,
yeah, it's just a sticker change.
It's just
okay. I didn't know that.
It literally looks like they just added stickers over the physical suit.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. All they did is basically give it a, which I'm assuming the toy will have too. There's like a secondary phrase on the progress key because it is like a different. While it is just the Eden suit because it uses the same key and everything, it is considered a different rider because it's a different user, I believe.
It's a different. Don't tell me anymore.
No, I won't say anything else. I don't
know who it is, but
yeah,
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, but it is just like basically a skeleton sticker swap for the Eden suit.
Okay.
It replaces all like the red line, like the red accent lines that he has with like bone looking lines. I guess if that makes any sense.
Ignore the weird coloration of this photo.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
So in general, I would be fine in my collection saying that the 02 we got is my Izu 02.
Yeah.
And if you display them side by side.
Fine.
Yeah, if you display them side by side, you can't be 01 and 02 at the same time. So
I feel like it makes me think of kind of like even though this one took a little bit more, customizing yourself, but back when X8 happened and they didn't officially make the gamer driver version of Chronos, but you could do it, and they showed that you could do it, and they said, hey, you can do this and pretend it's the the one that we didn't officially make. but we're not officially making it. Like,
Fair.
I feel like it's like that, where it's like you can pose it and pretend because we're not going to do it.
Was that possible for Paradox too with the double fighter?
That was not possible because the level 50 body didn't have a plug for a driver because it didn't have a driver, just had like that generic buckle. Mm-hmm. So unless you like drilled a hole in the figure, you couldn't put the belt on.
Oh,
we're an hour in, so we should probably get
nice.
Speedy.
Well, I did want to like wrap up the Azu discussion because the stickers. The stickers don't look great. I don't want to like shit on this too bad, but like I recognize you have limitations with that gradient. But the reds are not paint matching well enough, and you've also got a lot of those cuts in there that aren't helping. I also recognize that these are pre-production stickers, so hopefully they'll be better later. But like right now,
I will say, having gotten Kinzon, I'm really glad that the forearm stickers go all the way around on Arc 01. It's like. Yeah.
I should really start building my Saber figures. I don't care enough about that. I should
really finish book 1. I still never built any of the 01 figures from that set. I don't know why. I have the figure for Eden and stuff, and I like Eden's suit, and I'm like, I have a figure of that. I should probably make it. I should probably build it.
It's the thing where, you know how Kinzon has like this asymmetrical thing where like one forearm has this colorful stripe on it?
Yeah.
Blade Raider pointed out a very good point about that, where it's like, the half of him that's not fully painted green, that's fine, I can paint that. I can't paint the stripe they didn't provide a sticker for on the back end of the forearm.
I'm very confused. What?
It's the case like, of the front half has stickers and paint. The back half does not.
Okay. And then okay. Oh well.
Yeah, you got your
fine.
book 4, didn't you, Corey?
Not a good enough character for me to care. Huh? Yeah, I got it.
He just doesn't care.
I genuinely don't care enough about Saber.
Oh,
that's fair. That's fair. But but I guess the last thing we'll just say on it real quick is I do like that photo of all of the arc forms posed like that. I think that looks pretty neat. And then the next thing, whoever wants to take it.
I mean, Malunis knows the name better.
Yeah,
apparently.
I completely forgot that we didn't have the bike yet because he doesn't use it.
That's true. I was hoping this would be the year where they changed that and they'd go to Unreal Engine and do a bunch of bike stunts. But no, we didn't, and now I'm upset. So
it's also just interesting to me because it's the first time since Build where we got it in a mainline thing and not in a EX mechanic.
They even said that here.
All this time that we've kind of been focused on the subject of when are they going to release Arthur? That's got to come with the bike, right? Well, the bikes don't sell very well. I guess the way that you take care of that is just include the bike in the main line.
What? Okay, so since we know Diago Speedy is in the main line, here's my pitch for EX2 or the EX line.
I feel like it's funny that this bike is so underused that the fact that it's here is just like, oh, cool. So what does this mean for the EX set?
Yeah. So I'm thinking. I'm thinking probably what everybody's thinking, but one bike box, and then, two bike boxes, and then the 3 pieces to make up the robot. Because last year, 01 just gave you including 2 of the bike for no reason.
That's right.
So this year,
I forgot I have one of those bikes.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, you bought it from Ryan. So if you were to army build a bike, it would be the Gatling one, the shoot. Yeah.
Do you think that they would include the arm piece for Arthur in that, or do you think that would make it into the main line somewhere?
If if
I don't know.
I mean, I get having the robot in there,
if
but
they decided that the bike that's used by everyone else isn't worthy of making a SHODO, then I could see a pretty easy set out of here's the Arthur robot, and then also Saber with Dragon Arthur.
oh my god, could you imagine if they? I don't think they would do it, but they want that set to sell, so they throw those extra heads that they're considering into the EX set.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
Everybody already doesn't buy the EX set.
Mhm.
Would that help?
I know.
Do you think?
I mean, it was a requested thing on the surveys
That's
to make
true.
the heads,
That's
so maybe
true.
they would so they know that there's a market for the heads at least somewhere.
But
So
if
maybe-
if we're talking standard production schedule, you'd think, okay, this stuff happens 6 months in advance, so you'd have already had to plan that. But they started the production.
I mean, to be honest, that's even if we think we're gonna get an EX set,
That's
we would have
true.
had one by now.
Yeah, that's true.
It would have been announced a while ago. Even if it wasn't announced, we would have probably seen pre-orders for it
so-
a while ago. I mean, because like right now,
Oh,
What
you're
you're
right.
saying is
you
that
you can pre-order up to 8 right now.
So what you're
So-
saying is that they told us that they were considering the heads, but they didn't tell us anything about Arthur. So it's possible those could be connected.
Yeah. I feel like it's very possible, but like I said a minute ago, I'm weary of us even getting an EX set because we're already at the end of January. You can pre-order right now. A lot of stores have up through book 8 up for pre-order, which I think is May
Yeah.
or
Something like that.
June, one of those two. So that takes us up to almost the end. Not quite, but almost there.
I
So
kind of see them just being like, we're revealing Dragon Arthur. Also, we're sorry, guys. We just cannot do the robot this year.
Fine. I guess that's fine.
in
If
all
SHODO didn't
honesty,
do it.
like as long as they could do the arm, as long as they could actually do the
Yeah.
arm, the actual form,
Yeah.
because I feel like this is one of those years where the robots, the deluxe version is probably somewhat SHODO scale.
Yeah,
I mean,
It
they've
would be better
all-
than a SHODO
They've all
one.
been SHODO scale for
Yeah.
a while.
I was also gonna say,
Well, I would say
when the
yeah,
figure line,
yeah.
when the deluxe figure line is like not even an inch taller than SHODO, I think you're good.
Yeah, and on top of that,
True.
like, I'd say going all the way back to Go, that robot was way more in scale than anything we got from the SHODO line.
Oh yeah, I mean you could even fit a SHODO figure inside of
Yeah,
it. So
I don't have
Exactly, and
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there when we had this discussion before, I looked at what TV Asahi said for the scale of the mecha for Geo and I think 01, and in both cases it was like, well, in the case of the Time Machine, it's like, yeah, this is about the right size for SHODO, and then for Breaking Mammoth, it could be a little bit bigger, but this is as good as it's going to get.
yeah, because you're not, like, the SHODO one's definitely not big enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the bigger you go, the better it would be, technically. So it's interesting, but there's really no way to get a good complete one. And there's the current one, the current robot has a claw in it, so it's not like a standardized you don't have to fit a standardized figure in there. You could just stick it in the claw and see what happens. The claw.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a phrase out of context.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna say, if we don't actually get a SHODO like Arthur robot, I'm just gonna say maybe I can if they at least make like a SHODO Dragon Arthur, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to make that oversized horn blade.
It's interesting. Kind of going back to my theory of maybe, even if it's just the arm for Arthur, maybe still having something to do with the potential heads, because I know that there was a forum in the show that would have to have one of those random heads, which was Dragon Eagle Arthur.
Oh yeah,
that happened at one point. So
we talked before about how there was an episode where he had the dragon and eagle combination. He was about to use Arthur, and he specifically like pulled out the eagle one, and then like I think an episode or two later, he literally uses Dragon Eagle Arthur. It's like
they the one thing I guess tried to avoid doing, they just said, we'll just make it anyway.
Yeah, the production ran in and said. Yeah, production ran in and said, whoa, wait, no, we don't have the money for that, or we don't have it finished just yet. We could do it in the next episode. I know that your belt's already set up for that. You gotta switch it. You absolutely have to switch it. We'll do it tomorrow, I promise.
Next time they're like, okay, production guys, we're asking you now, we're using Dragon Alangina. Yeah, fuck it, we don't really care anymore. Just go ahead and use whatever.
Yeah, I'm taking a whole nap right now. You can do whatever you want. At least, hey, we have an accurate version. Anyway, hey, also
that one is such
about
a weird
Diago Speedy. No stickers. One.
Yeah.
And two, there is a footrest.
A footrest, a kickstand?
No, a footrest. The protrusion on which the foot is placed equal the step is produced. So basically,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, basically what's been going on is like they know that these bikes have not been accurate because that protrusion is not there. The only reason they haven't been able to do that is because, well, toy safety standards. And they had an opportunity with the Go Ram that was aimed at kids, 15 and up, that they could try out this footrest and stuff and see if it, it's the standard thing of like, oh, we didn't know if this would fit into this price range or not, or into this kid's age range or not. But when we did it with the older people or with the older guys and we realized, oh, hey, this does stand up to those quality standards, then we'll do it. So nice. This is just another helpful thing that Chronicle was able to pioneer for standard SHODO. Yeah.
Also?
It also has its own bike stand.
I was about to say, yeah, it comes with the display stand that has its own dedicated sticker. That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ignore the sticker and just use it as a general extra.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. We've never had a bike sticker before. I don't mind getting rid of it. But I will keep it in a little plastic baggie off to the side.
This wave.
Oh, this wave. So that is...
What a beautiful wave.
Yeah, this is it for Kamen Rider Saber Book 5 and Kamen Rider 01 and Kamen Rider Decade.
He actually got in.
Yeah.
That's so... I love how the wave layout just has the cards on the side.
Yeah, I know. Like, it does not fit at all. Yeah. Please, I am begging them for the next wave. We already know Decade's in there. We already know that Shinkenja's in there. And kind of we have Geo in there. Technically we have Geo in there just because of the pink belt. If we can...
please throw in like the Saber Decade armor form for Geo, and please throw in like Realizing Hopper so we could just have all the shows in the title.
Give me something build related. I'm sure we're missing something.
Get one of the Gombarizing forms they never made.
Do one of those. I don't care. Just don't put
no. You
put no mention of Saber in it. Do that. That would be hilarious.
Should do the
SHODO Kamen Rider
They should
Saber.
do the rider card and camera form.
What?
Yeah, the rider card and camera form, which was the Decade bottles from Build.
Oh my god! Yeah, do that.
So this is SHODO Kamen Rider Saber Book 5 and Sodo Kamen Rider 01 and Kamen Rider Decade, Soshite Shinkenger. Also,
speaking of Book 6, while we're talking about it, it got pushed to April from March.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So,
Oh.
I got an email about that. It's like,
so there will not be a Sodo set in March.
Cool.
For sale.
Better for my wallet. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know what else
But that
comes
means
out?
you have to wait
You know what else comes out in March?
an extra month for your Rekka Daizanto.
That's fine. Because March has some more Mission Fleet stuff, and I want to buy those. So
Fair. And if you collect Lightning Collection Wave 8 comes out in March, so...
Yeah.
Spin Master.
No, that stuff comes out in April. Oh, damn it! It comes out in April, and that's what it was pushed to. Oh, man!
Also,
You win some, you lose everything.
Just wanted to toss out, I just saw this in our own Discord. Blade Raider pointed out, back when Dragon Bremen was revealed and they included that little Seiken hilt, we were under the impression that there was going to be like 3 of them, and I only see 1.
Oh, shit.
So go to Shapeways, Sodo Shack.
That's unfortunate.
Buy yourself 3.
Wow, I thought there would be multiple.
Yeah, I
thought they said that there was multiple on that blog.
The text that I saw just said the Seiken hilt times 3, which I guess could be interpreted different ways.
I guess so.
Yeah, because my
That's
assumption was okay, so you include 3 here, and then eventually when you get to Falchion, maybe you can include 1 for his sword. Just make like a regular.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The Orange Rider from the movie.
Oh, the dude with the guys peeing in the background.
There you go.
Got it. Kamen Rider Ghost. What?
There you go. There's that one.
I think I might have missed it.
I knew he was gonna say one of those 2 jokes first. So
what was that?
Josh.
All right, cool.
Oh.
Hey, what time is it? Damn.
I don't know.
Okay, it's another long one. We're gonna speed through Gaim. I'm not.
There wasn't really much to it.
We've talked about it before, so I'm just gonna speed through it.
One thing I will say real quick. The flag. I've been staring at these so much, just thinking like, these stickers look horrible, and then when I look at it from the back, oh no, the flag is just molded like that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the way it's molded.
It's intentional.
So we have Kachidoki, and some of the biggest things here, the broad strokes, are that there's a lot of paint on this guy. It's like overwhelming amount of paint. Take a look at the chest specifically. So you not only get that metallic orange, you get all of the rivets in his suit and the gold chest. Taking a look at everything else, there are tons of rivets around him, totaling out to 33 separate paint apps for those rivet details. They said specifically something like, and also the back of the head, fully painted, even the little green nipple at the top of his head. They said something along the lines of, to be honest, it costs a lot, but if you're selling a Kachidoki Arms in the candy toy section in 2021, you cannot compromise. Do not. Ooh. So I painted it. I hope you can see each one at hand.
Man, I really want a Zangetsu Kachidoki someday if it could be this well painted.
I meant to say, this came up when we saw Arc 01. Someone in our Discord put it well, or it was C. Moibe. I don't know how to say that one.
Oh, I don't know.
It's one of the regulars there. They said, now that stage show writers are within the realm of possibility, Kachidoki Zangetsu has become much higher on my radar.
definitely, I can definitely see the
yeah.
premium set, the first
Yeah.
premium set being him and like the rest of
We
them.
already made most of the
Because we
molds.
have,
One thing that is interesting about that,
we have
is
all of the
that-
molds so far except for the
head.
his head and the
I
chest.
mean, I think that basically, yeah, just the head.
And the chest, right?
Oh yeah.
The chest is just Zangetsu Shins.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, it's Zangetsu Shins.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I think so. So they would be for Zangetsu Kachidoki. I think he has like the black
Oh,
parts of the undersuit from Zangetsu Shin.
Well,
I think he
we're
did.
talking about
What?
like the chest armor.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual like undersuit.
No. Look at the chest.
Well,
that
we
has Gaim's logo on it.
Yeah.
So you need to
yeah,
swap
yeah,
that
yeah.
out.
The
Yeah,
logo of the
okay.
chest. Yeah.
We got
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the parts except for the chest, the hand, the head, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, okay, we're going fast. I swear to you,
Hinges.
we are.
Ball
PVC.
joints.
PVC is going to be used on the front skirt piece, so don't worry, it's not going to be fragile right there. We have a hinge and a ball joint for the side skirts, so that's really cool. You can move them out of the way without compromising the look of the figure. We've got both versions of the Dai DJ Ju and the brand new hands, so that all works well together. You can take the flags out of the back of his back, and then, as Malunis was saying, they are molded to look a little bit wavy. And then also, Shin Zangetsu. He's here. He's got all of those same paint qualities. You have the shiny metallic green all over the back of his head. The crest, that is done with gold, silver, and red paint. That is incredibly wild. So, also, you have the fine molded detail of the melon pattern and the soda grains on his chest. The body armor is slightly remolded from the initial one, because why would they reuse the same mold? What are they, crazy? And that's it. Next week we have some new Chronicle information, and also next week is the last blog post. Yeah, is the last blog post before Chronicle Gaim 2 comes out. So they want to do something special. They said next week is finally the blog just before the release of Chronicle Gaim 2. I want more the day before the release. We are planning to deliver the contents that you can think of, so please look forward to it. What the hell does that mean?
So we
I don't
finally
know.
have we finally have a release date for Chronicle 2 then? That's good. Because on the Candy Toy calendar website, it just had it listed for February. It didn't have a specific week yet.
Yeah. So
So,
it's
That's good. to
yeah,
know.
next week.
You really sped through that. So from what I could tell from the wording, it sounds like they might be revealing a Chronicle Gaim set again.
I mean, I assume
definitely
so.
think it's.
I assume
Premium
so
Bandai.
because
I feel like that's got to be. Oh,
Well, yeah.
100%.
yeah, they announced that there's no more retail sets, so it has to
that's
be.
true.
But
'Cause
I'm not saying that this. I don't think that they'll do it next weekend by any means, because I just don't think, even if they're going to do it, it's too far. It's too far down at the bottom of the barrel for Gaim stuff. But it is very interesting to me that now SHODO is now doing, or at least is willing to do, stage show related things. And I know we discussed on here before, or I've definitely discussed before, that we're getting the lock seed for, what is it, Maja from the stage show. We know that that's coming out in the CSM stuff, because it was on that master list of lock seeds that they're going to be doing. And so it's just very interesting to me that stage show riders, especially with Gaim, are getting a deluxe lock or a CSM lock seed. Maybe they can get a SHODO figure. Granted, that would be way down the line.
I mean, SHODO. 2021 seems to be the year of the stage show fellas. So maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely think that it could happen. I personally think that we will definitely get a premium Gaim set next weekend.
It's also still recently on their radar, because they recently announced the CSM Team Baron Lockseed set, and with the faceplate they were like, it's Black Baron / Proto Baron.
Yeah.
Right. So I think getting all the protos have a pretty decent chance of SHODO, especially since they're just repaints of stuff that they would be doing. But
also could be Force 8 because 10th.
I personally think we'll get a premium set
10th
of
anniversary.
the Nut Riders next week.
But yeah, they did say the next update is SHODO Chronicle new information must see, but they did not make mention of any book information would be next week. So we might not have Saber stuff, and that might be related to why they pushed some stuff back. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, since book 6 got pushed, maybe it will be a minute.
Yeah.
Oops.
So we'll see. Okay, what's the... I'm afraid to look at the time. Ooh, okay, alright.
1 hour,
Guys!
26 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Are we good? We're good here, right? Yeah, we're good?
I think so, yeah. I mean, next week we'll have some fun stuff to talk about.
I'm sure we'll take 2 hours on it.
Probably. We'll probably be pre-ordering SHODO Chronicle Premium stuff, so...
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you like the episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Or if you're on a podcast streaming platform, subscribe to us there. I do believe if you head on over to our Anchor site, our Anchor website, there's a way to donate or something if you would like to do that. If not, just listening on an audio platform is very helpful to us. Helps us make a couple extra cents, I guess. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for listening. Keep it.
See ya.
A-A-O!
SHODO は